Committee Chairman Guthrie for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And some of these questions are pretty close to the others, but it shows we're really kind of barking up the same tree, which is good, I think. So Dr. Way, is there a way for a user to know whether they're interacting with AI or they're interacting with a human?
Without a disclosure, I think it would be very hard to distinguish.
And that would be the AIs or the provider's choice. So both for Dr. Way and Dr. Torres, do AI chatbots honor the same confidentiality requirements that humans must abide by? Doctor-client privileges, HIPAA, attorney-client. Is there any requirement for them to do that?
At this point, I have seen, at least in the mental health space, none of them are claiming to be medical devices, so no.
I agree with that. There's also an additional problem of it's not bound by the same ethical guidelines that clinicians are, nor is it the legal protections allowed as well. If you speak to a therapist or a clinician, it's different.
Okay, Dr. King, so some privacy concerns derive from the lack of users' awareness of how their data is stored, secured, and potentially used by chatbots platforms, particularly when users share sensitive information. What can platforms do to ensure that users are fully informed about what data is collected from their conversations with chatbots and how that data is used? What do you recommend?
Thank you. So first, the study I mentioned in my opening statement, which I conducted recently, what I found was that even in privacy policies, which we are all well aware that most consumers, if not nearly all consumers, do not read, and that's kind of a separate question we'll leave to the side, that the companies are not being clear about what measures they are taking to protect consumer data at the point where people are disclosing it. So we don't know, for example, across the board, whether they are removing names, should somebody use a phone number or a social security number in their chat, whether that data is being removed from chat data before it's being trained. So there's actually a fair amount they could do off the bat to both let us know, and I would say proactively work to remove certain types of data, including considering health data in general or conversations that happen to be about a health topic, not using those for training. So that's a first step.
Well, I'm going to ask this, and one of you who thinks who has the expertise in the area of the question the most, or if all three of you want to answer, but at least one of you. So for AI chatbot platforms that allow children to use their platform, what age verification or age prediction tools are already in use, and are they effective at protecting children from inappropriate, harmful interactions? And if not, what should we require these platforms to do? I don't know, that's yours, Dr. Way?
One of my colleagues from medical school specializes in adolescent medicine and innovation, and he told me something concerning, which is age verification systems are not very reliable. And the ones that are require biometric data, so like facial recognition, which then presents another issue of collecting that data from children. So I think it's a really tricky problem.
So what should Congress do about that, do you think? That's what we're here for, right? So what should we do? Dr. Torres, you want to answer that?
I think, again, if age verification can really work, that's a wonderful thing, but we're just putting a wall around something that we're terrified of that's not working well. We need to look at the core issue of why do these not respond well to children? Why do they increase risk? So I think that if we can find safe, ethical age verification, we should, of course, do it. But I think we cannot kind of use that as a Band-Aid to say we have something very terrible behind this wall that we don't want you to get to.
All right, comments from Dr. King or Dr. Way?
I broadly support the approach we just took in California, where we are doing some amount of this at the device level, so allowing parents or guardians who control a child's phone or tablet to basically configure that device to say, this is a child, this is how old they are, and then to pass some of that responsibility off to the device maker, the operating system, and the app stores to navigate a big piece of this puzzle.
Okay. Dr. Way, do you have a comment on that as well?
In patient safety, there's this Swiss cheese model, which is that you have multiple layers of protection so that if one fails, something else will catch it. So I think that general approach could be useful as a model to think about that it's not just age verification, but you need further guardrails in place.
All right, thank you. And my questions are those are my questions, and I'll yield back.
Thank you. Votes